What do you want to talk about in this session?
Well, I kind of have some news.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. It's good and bad.
Okay.
But I just found out that I was pregnant.
Okay. So
Yeah.
how do we feel about the big news?
The big news is big.
Right?
It's not, we weren't planning on anything like this right now. It's really soon.
Okay.
But I think babies are nice. I know it's different
Right.
having your own child, but
Right.
I think having a baby will be good.
Good. Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, how are we feeling? Are we feeling 1 being not overwhelmed, 10 being I am really overwhelmed?
10.
Okay,
Really,
so
really overwhelmed. Yes.
So we're having mixed feelings about
Mixed feelings about the baby, but not about having the baby because bringing life is good.
Right.
But mixed feelings about how my partner is handling
Okay.
it.
So tell me a little bit about your partner.
He's a really great guy. We've been together for just a couple months. We've been safe. I'm on the pill.
Okay.
So this is just kind of one of those things that
Gotcha. So
just kind of happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't really told him yet. I told
Okay.
him that I haven't been feeling well.
Okay.
And that things are feeling a little weird.
Mhm.
And he's just...
So is he suspecting it, or
I think
he has no idea yet?
I don't think he really knows.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when I tell him, he's gonna freak out because
You
he's
think?
already kind of being a little distant.
Mm-hmm. So you think that it'll have a negative reaction to it?
I do. I really do.
Okay. So let's just kind of do role reversal and put yourself in his shoes, and let's just pretend that you go, like, I'm telling you I'm pregnant and you are your partner. How do you think he would react?
He would be really surprised because, like I said, like I'm on the pill and it's not something that we've talked about.
It's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
We're in early stages of a relationship, so having a child isn't something that either one of us have thought about. He has a big family, so that I know he likes kids. I just don't know if he wants kids of his own. So,
Quite yet?
Quite yet.
Okay.
He might be like, I think he'll be a little happy, but I think then it'll sink in that he's gonna be a dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
do you think that this news will start a fight with him, or what do you think?
if it starts a fight, I won't really understand how or like why, because it's not like I did something to cause the pregnancy.
Right.
Like,
Right.
if he's gonna be mad at me, I'm not sure how I'm gonna really respond to that because it just happened. It's not like, oh, we're having unprotected sex and we're not taking precautions.
Right.
So I don't know. He might be upset, but hopefully he's not.
Hopefully. So how is your relationship with him been? Has it been fairly healthy?
It's
Do you
been
guys
really,
argue a lot?
No,
or?
we really don't argue. It's really, really healthy. He's such a nice guy. I laugh all the time when we're together. He seems really happy. Like, I've met his family and everything, so it just...
How do you think his family will react? And how do you think... Let's start with your family. How do you think your family's going to react to the news?
I think my mom's gonna freak out.
Mm-hmm.
My dad might be a little disappointed because he sees me going places like, every parent. But I think once they get over the shock, I think they'll be happy because they'll support me and they know that I'm not going to terminate the pregnancy. Now whether I actually do keep the child, not 100% sure on that.
Right.
Because I am so young. But they'll support me in whatever I do and they'll help me and they'll be good for me.
So how do you think that... What are ways that you can deal with their potential freak out?
Just stay calm, mainly, and just be ready for it, and don't act completely surprised when they do freak out.
Right.
So.
And I think another thing too that'll be important in telling your family and as well as your partner, just using iMessages if something like that happens. If they say, "I'm so disappointed in you," you say something like, "I feel like." How'd you feel? I feel
Scared.
Yeah, I feel scared because, and I need your support. It's it'll come across a lot easier to use your iMessages, especially with your partner.
Okay.
That's a very good, basic kind of communication tool to use for good relationships. So how do you think his family will take it?
His family loves kids. His mom loves kids. His dad loves kids. Mm-hmm. I think, like my parents, they'll be a little shocked because we've only been together for this short amount of time. But I think overall they'll be happy with it because they, like I said, they love kids.
Right. How long have you been with your partner?
We've been together, I think, going on 4 months now. Okay.
So tell me a little bit about the feelings coming along with it. Are you a little worried about the fact that you've only been together for a short amount of time and now all of a sudden you have, a big...
I'm worried that people will just assume negative things, and I really don't want him to propose and then to get married and then to announce the pregnancy, because then people are gonna be like, oh, well, you only got married because, and I don't want that to be like the basis of our relationship or a marriage if we do get married.
Just having a kid. Right.
Yeah, because I've seen marriages like that and they don't work. Right. So I'm anxious because I don't know really how he's going to respond, and I don't want him to fake be happy. So
that makes sense, right?
I'm a little anxious.
So how do you think that this will play in with your mom being sick? Because I remember in the last session we talked about being stressed out about that. How do you think it'll play into that situation?
I think in a weird way she'll be happy because it's not 100% sure thing that she's gonna be alive when I'm older and, in that having kids, being married stage. So I think she would actually like to be a grandparent. I think it's something she's always wanted. So it might be good. It kind of might be good for her. It might give her something really good to look forward to.
Yeah, I think maybe it'd be kind of a light in a dark tunnel type of thing.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, planning ahead, because with a kid you have to plan ahead. So what kinds of things are you going to start doing to get ready for this baby?
Saving money, definitely being more cautious with that. I'm going to start taking good care of myself, even better, making sure that, I'm really off the caffeine and eating better foods. I already started, I have been doing that, but I'm going to make sure that, I can, get into, see a doctor and get on pregnancy vitamins, but there's a word for it. Yes, there we go. I was thinking it in my head, but I couldn't say it.
Right.
And just getting in and making sure that I'm doing everything that I can for the baby to be healthy.
Right. So, do you think that your partner will be really supportive with going along to doctor's appointments, or how will you handle it if he's unsupportive and decides not to go to the doctor's appointments or not to help you take care of yourself?
If honestly, to me, if he's gonna be like that, then I don't want him to be around me because I don't need that negative. I don't need to worry about, well, I told him about the doctor's appointment, is he gonna go? And if he's gonna be like, yes, I'm gonna go with you, then that's great. But if he's like, I don't think this is something that I should be a part of, then I'll be like, okay, I will do this on my own.
Take that kind of approach to it.
Yeah, because I don't want there to be some big drama and lots of arguments, because that puts stress on me, which puts stress on the baby.
Right.
Stress in general isn't good for anyone.
That is very true. That's very true. So, how do you think that you'll handle parenthood, being so young?
I think I'll handle it okay, because I'm still kind of in, I'm young, so I'll be able to not necessarily grow up with the baby, but I'll still be able to do things with my child, run around and play with them and take them places and go on big adventures and do the things that every parent says that they want to do. And it'll be a learning curve. I've people that I graduated high school with, 4 years ago. I've watched them grow up and raise their children, but I'm not saying that I'm so much more experienced now,
right.
but I've kind of gotten years on my own.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've had school, I've
Mm-hmm.
been on my own. I kind of see things differently and understand that life is
right.
gonna be difficult. But I think overall I'll handle it well. It'll be stressful at first because
Mm-hmm.
infants don't sleep, and
right.
so lack of sleep is gonna be sad. But I'm a college kid, or I've been a college kid. I know what that's like. I can do that.
Right. So, I don't want to take away from the big news, but I also just kind of want to take a minute to ask, what are some other frustrations that are going on right now?
I am getting ready to go into finals week.
Okay.
Like, we've got
Right.
we've got that big reality check coming in.
Right.
You know, like it's the last week of school, last week of, I guess, structure that I've got going on. Other than that, just leaving the good friends that I've made here, because I'll be back home for the summer, and I might, end up staying there. I might not be coming back in the fall. Just kind of that reality too with it. So that's kind of really it.
How do you think that your friends will take it? Take the new news, you know?
I think they'll be a little freaked out because, they're around the same age as me, and children aren't really in our time frame for
Right.
us, or our plans for right now. But I think once it sits in with them, they're going to realize that if this is something, like, they're going to realize that I'm okay with it, then I think they'll be okay with it and they'll be supportive.
Yeah.
Because we're all just that close, and
Right. I
think they'll help me and do whatever they can to be supportive and be good friends.
Okay. Let me ask, so if you're not going to come back in the fall, does that mean, what are your thoughts on schooling right now? So with the baby and the pregnancy going on, how do you think that's going to affect the schooling?
I think it would end my career at my current school because of its
right
religiousness, and I'm not married, and
right.
I'm having a child.
And like you said, you didn't want to just get married just
because I had the baby. So I think it might mean that I either take a year off and have the baby and go with that,
right,
and then go to a different program. It would be there's another school, EKU. They
Right.
have a good program, and they're a less expensive school. So I think I would, and it's closer to home. So I would be able to do classes there and
Yep.
then be home and be closer.
For appointments.
So I think that would be a good option if I do not, or if I am
Right.
unable to return in the fall.
Right.
So
Because we do also, we have to think about the potential for that too. So,
yeah.
Is there any other frustrations going on besides the finals and besides pregnancy? Anything else that you can think of?
Not right now, no. I think everything's good. I'm getting ready to move out. I've got parents coming in later this week. They're going to move me out. So I'm going to be 2 days left on campus, and I'm basically going to be living out of a duffel bag.
So
Because they're like, okay, we're coming, and we've got the truck, and so we're loading up all your shelves, and we're taking your totes, because I have a very small car, so I can't really bring anything. And I was like, so I'm going to have like 4 days of clothes and my shower stuff. Okay.
when do you plan on telling your parents?
I will probably tell them when I come home for the summer, so probably beginning of next week.
Yeah.
I think that'll be when the time comes, because I don't want to be, I have a cousin, and when she got pregnant, she didn't tell her parents until she was at the hospital having the baby. She called and said, hey, I'm at such and such hospital. Well, why? Well, you see, I'm having a baby. So I don't want to do that. So I figure the sooner the better. Plus, my parents kind of have experience in this whole baby thing.
So
they can help, and they can help me figure out, doctors and what I really need to be doing, and other
you can
stuff.
lean on them too. Yeah. Well, congratulations on your big news.
Thank you.
And I think that will conclude this session. I guess the next session we'll probably just continue talking about the potential frustrations and everything that could, come along with this pregnancy, and then hopefully we can talk more about what your partner, how your partner feels about it and everything.